I started in the business after school. My degree's in speech and hearing therapy, so it has nothing to do with entertainment. Special education was my passion, and diction and enunciation, helping people to get rid of lisp and those kinds of things. But I had an opportunity to go to work for Motown, and Motown I went to work for in the creative division. I stress again the importance of mentors. I had amazing mentors at Motown that taught me the entertainment/music business. So I had people like Norman Whitfield. I had people like Frank Wilson. I had people like Mr. Gordy. I had people like Suzanne DePass, who moved me from Detroit to LA and moved me back home because I'm originally from LA. So she was someone that I met in Detroit. She was working and new to the company as well, and it changed the whole paradigm for me and moved me to LA to run their sessions division. And I did that for 6 years, and then from there I went to work for Stevie Wonder, and I worked for Stevie Wonder's production company, Black Bull Productions. No less Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder became my first client when I left the business in a structured way. And when I started Lynn, Jeter and Associates, he was the person that said, you can do it, and I'll be there with you, and I'll be your first client. And he kept his word, and I've done events and parties and all kinds of things for Stevie and his kids and his family and his mom. I mean, I've known Steve a very, very long time, and he's been very kind and very supportive of me and my business and my brand. Helped build the brand of Lisa Ray McCoy. She came to me before she'd ever done Players Club or had done anything. Wesley Jonathan, the actor extraordinaire who's on Soul Man right now, but Wesley has a long, illustrious career as an actor. I've had the pleasure of working with Nikki Gilbert, who was a founder and a member of the group Brownstone. I've had the pleasure of working with Mario, the R&B artist. I've had the pleasure of working with fashion designers like Angela Dean of Dean Design, who dresses all the stars from Jill Scott to she does the covers of Essence. I've had the pleasure of working with people like that. Also, my passion is taking new talent that's not established. When Lisa Ray came to me, no one knew who she was. I like doing that. I like taking someone that's new and helping to create their brand and to help to identify those special things about them. One of the people that was very special to me, and she was 18 years old and 19 years old, and she had just been signed to Motown and no one knew her, and I had a piano in my office, and her name was Teena Marie, and no one wanted to let her use the producer's room, and she would use my piano. And so finally she got to a point that she could use the producer's room, and of course Rick James walked into her in that producer's room and said something very vile and very foul because she was a white girl. So he was like, what are you doing in here? Something like that effect. What are you doing here, white girl? This is Motown, something like that. And she, of course, was sitting at the piano souling out, giving all the soul that she does. And from there, we established a friendship and a relationship. Teena was a jewel, a spirit that was so special, and she saw light in the people that many people never saw. So two really great people. Stevie, of course, still with us, an amazing icon and one of my favorite artists of all times. But Teena Marie was just so very special. I also had the pleasure of working with Diana Ross and the Supremes. I also had the pleasure of working with Gladys Knight, the icon that's on, Apollo. I had the pleasure of working with Gladys Knight and the Pips. So I've really had some really great experiences from the beginning of my career and being able to really learn artist development early in my life. Suzanne DePass told me something. Detroit, Michigan, a woman who trained me and taught me everything in the business of the music business. Her name was Georgia Ward. She was very special to a lot of us, but to me, she was very, very important. And when Suzanne DePass approached me about giving me a promotion over her, I was like, I can't do that. Georgia taught me everything I can't become her boss. And Suzanne DePass sat me down and taught me a life lesson. And that lesson was, everyone is not cut out to do the things that you think they are. Even though you learn from them, they may never leave that position. That is put for them. They may not want the requirements, the stress that requires you to be a department head, to be a supervisor. They're satisfied. And Georgia will not be upset with you. She will be proud of your growth. And she was correct. And that changed how I looked at growth in my life, and not fearful and comparing and thinking someone would be upset with me. Entrepreneurs like to own all of their situation, don't want to give anything up for fear of they would have to relinquish power, insight, input. They can't run everything. But if you understand entrepreneurship and you build a company, people who work for you at that company are part of building your brand and helping you succeed. You've got to be open to that. It's not because it's mine, you dictate. It's not a dictatorship. It's a collaboration. So whether you work in corporate America or entrepreneurship, entrepreneurs have the hardest time giving up a piece of what they have to be able to grow. I named my company Lynn, Allen, Jeter and Associates for a reason. Associates are key for me to be a company. It's not just about Lynn. It's about other people that I collaborate with, that I may outsource to help me do a certain thing. That's what it's about. So being entrepreneurial, you really need to have in your spirit a grind. You are not a 9-to-5 girl. What I'd like to stress is that it's important to be educated in whatever it is you want to do. It doesn't mean that you have to do it, but have knowledge of it and study it. So if you want to do publicity, know that you have to write well. Know that you have to have good people skills. Know that you have to develop relationships. At the same time, it's important that you have mentors and that you do interning. I'm a proponent of internship. I've placed interns for 28 years. I've done it for every major record company and within my own company. I've assisted many people in the record business and in the entertainment business with interns that have gone on to be executives, and they're doing very well, that I'm very proud of. I'm very excited to know they came through my stable and they've gone on to succeed and do well. And the importance of it is internship helps you develop relationships. It helps you know the job that you think you want to do. You think you want to do PR, but you get in there and do it and find out, I don't want to do this. This is not just as much fun as I thought it was going to be. It's a lot of work. It's very detail oriented and it's deadline driven.